Some insane spikes in price are happening right now in the CSGO economy, with a lot of older operation skins spiking in price, newer operation skins spiking as well, alongside just some other random miscellaneous items. Crown foils, some Cato 14s, Cato 15s, a lot of these things up over 20% in just the past day. So today, let's talk about what exactly happened and if we're going to see this insane price trend continue, because older operation skins spiking up is something I've been talking about for a while, and I said now would be a time to start looking at this stuff a few days ago, but I definitely didn't expect major results until spring or somewhere towards the end of the operation, so seeing stuff happen this early is definitely interesting. So as always, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and be sure to check out my sponsor, FreeCash. FreeCash is an easy to use site where you can earn money by completing simple tasks on your PC. By going to the Earn tab, there's simple surveys you can fill out and mobile games you can play to earn coins. For example, there's easy 5 to 10 minute surveys that get you a guaranteed $1 for each one you fill out. And on average, it only takes around 17 minutes until users cash out for the first time, and an average of $18 earned a day. Withdrawing is also incredibly easy. There's gift cards, skins, crypto, PayPal, really anything you want, and a great way to make some money if you've got some spare time. So be sure to sign up with FreeCash with that link in the description today, and use my link for a free 100 coins. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, why are we seeing this huge spike across the vast majority of the market right now? Well, there could be a couple reasons for it. First of all, the absurd crash in crypto that we saw yesterday. This could be causing some people to move their money into higher tier items, which we've seen a few jump in price because of this. Specifically, the Op Desert Hydra is up around 20% last time I checked in just the past day. Even though this skin is obviously really oversaturated, like I've been saying for months, just like the Op Fade was, it jumping 20% in price is most likely because a lot of people just want to move their money into something they could get now that's high tier, and the Op Desert Hydra is pretty much the number one thing for that. Even though I still don't think it's a good long-term investment, I think that's why that is. But a lot of the action is actually in the skins that are less than $100, so why is that? Well, another possible reason could be because of the Turkish Lira situation and the currency difference between the US dollar and the Lira. If you guys haven't heard, in my past few videos I've covered this, but there's a huge differential in the price of the Lira and the US dollar because the Lira was just crashing and Valve didn't bother fixing that until today. So Turkish players could buy in-game items for almost half the price as normal, like you could buy the Stockholm sticker capsules for 13 to 14 cents at one point. But once again, thankfully now it's been fixed. The final thing that I'm guessing this could stem off of is actually from a comment I saw on Reddit. This guy stated that, quote, "It's looking like the same situation during the Broken Fang operation. On the last operation in the time of week 11, values of all high tier skins kept rising until the July crash. Personally, I think it's a mix of this and the crypto crash, but I am pretty surprised by how quickly we saw this spike happen. So let's move on to what I think is gonna happen after this huge spike, because honestly, I don't think we're going to see a dip back down instantly as you might expect from a 20% increase that happens in a day. So why do I think things might finally be looking up and that we might not see a tank back down in price right away? Well, first of all, for over 2 months now, the vast majority of old operation skins, mostly stuff from Shattered Web and before that, have been at a complete standstill in price, along with some of the newer stuff from Broken Fang, but because of the mass supply, they've just been sitting flat for around the past month instead of the past 3, because they were decreasing until that point. But either way, based off this increase that we're seeing right now, I think they've just been sitting in price too stagnant for too long for the player base to want to start mass selling them back to their, I guess, support level that they were at for 2 months, because they've just been there for too long and people clearly don't want to sell below that point. And the people that want to hold these skins, whether as investments or play skins, shouldn't be selling just because of a slight increase like this either way. This very noticeable spike should also bring a lot of attention back towards the older operation skins as investments, and ideally we're going to start to see people stocking up on them again because of this. And it's very possible, just like the guy said in the Reddit post, that we're going to start to see something like this last time around, where high tier skins keep rising until what might eventually be the July crash, even though I don't think it'll be July this time around because we're starting it way earlier. But hopefully, or I guess not hopefully, maybe it'll be sometime around late spring if we keep going at this pace. But we'll have to see what happens and how this plays out in the next week to next month. Once again, I'm just not saying this to blindly agree with the guy. I think these skins are due to start increasing again. It's possible we start to see the entire move start to slowly play out as we get later in the operation, or if Bitcoin continues its trend down after the rebound we saw today, that the CS economy, especially high tiers, start to take off as people want to move their money out of Bitcoin, and with higher tier skins and balance on buff being bought with crypto a lot of the time, we could start to see them take off as well. So what's the move right now? Should you be buying or holding off to see what happens? Well, for me, I'm just keeping an eye on high tiers, especially the Gungnir and the Dragon Lore, and seeing how they do in the next week or so before I'm going to consider buying them. I think high tiers, especially because of this whole Bitcoin fiasco, might be a little bit inflated right now, so I'm going to give them some time. But as for lower tier skins, I think now is a pretty good entry point. We're starting to see some results in price, and after months of consolidation in price, no new major coming up to give these things another hidden price like we saw this time around, and of course no new operation coming up, hopefully until at least a few months after this one, that's to give these things a hidden price like we saw this time around as well, and the end of the operation coming soon, and the spring summer months coming soon. I think now is theoretically the best time to get in on these items, but it is of course the CSGO market, and you never really know when something unpredictable can happen, but that's the risk with investing. But we're getting to a time where I think that's a fine risk to take, and all of the puzzle pieces seem to align when it comes to looking at past trends in the market, and everything that's happening now is kind of leading me to believe that we're going to start to see things start to increase. So to wrap things up, now is really looking like a great time to buy into older operation skins so far, and with this spike, I hope to see them continue on their path back up to hopefully peaks we saw last summer. My plans going forward are to try and get a hold of some top tier operation skins, probably from Shattered Web, and keep holding on to my Glock Fade and Broken Fang items for the time being, and hopefully looking to sell them during the summer if things continue the way they are, and maybe buy into some newer, cheaper stuff that I think more profitable. So for now, I think that does wrap it up for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.